Welcome to Southwest Desert, where adventure meets the arid beauty of the American Southwest. Join us as we explore the rugged landscapes, uncover hidden historical gems, and dive deep into the rich legends and culture of this iconic region. Subscribe now and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on our latest desert adventures. Please leave a like or comment. This is very helpful. Let's journey together into the heart of the Southwest Desert. In the vast tapestry of American mining history, few stories capture the essence of the Old West quite like the tale of the Crown King mine. This is not a story of careful geological surveys or expert prospecting. Instead, it begins with what should have been a catastrophic mistake, when an Army officer stationed at Fort Whipple made the questionable decision to pay an unmotivated prospector in advance. That single decision would lead to one of the most fascinating chapters in Arizona's mining history, a tale that spans decades and embodies both the promise and peculiarities of the American frontier spirit. Our story opens in the rugged Bradshaw Mountains of Arizona Territory, where A.F. Place, an Army officer stationed at the prestigious Fort Whipple, held a promising claim on Mount Wasson. Place, like many military men of his era, had one foot in service to his country and another in the prospecting fever that had gripped the territory. Rather than work the claim himself, Place did something that would seem, on the surface, remarkably foolish. He sought out an idle prospector, provided him with a complete set of mining equipment, shovels, drilling tools, and blasting materials, and made what appeared to be his greatest mistake. He paid the man in advance. The decision to pay in advance would prove to be a pivotal moment in the mine's history, though not in the way anyone might have expected. Instead of heading straight to the claim, the prospector made his way to Tiger Camp, a bustling settlement that would later be known as Bradshaw City. There, he found himself drawn to a saloon whose doors, as contemporary accounts colorfully note, were constantly swinging, a testament to its popularity among the local mining community. What happened next would become the stuff of mining legend. In what might be called either brilliant delegation or stunning irresponsibility, the prospector, finding himself quite comfortable in the saloon's embrace, spotted two bullwhackers, skilled wagon drivers by trade, loitering outside the establishment. In a moment of either inspiration or inebriation, he handed them all the mining tools, effectively subcontracting a job he had been paid to do himself. These bullwhackers, whose expertise lay in managing teams of oxen rather than extracting precious metals, found themselves suddenly transformed into miners. Their mining expedition was, by any professional standard, a comedy of errors that would have made any experienced prospector cringe. When they reached hard rock, they found themselves completely out of their depth. Neither man knew the first thing about handling dynamite, a dangerous deficiency in the mining trade. One couldn't drill holes or load them, skills that were absolutely fundamental to hard rock mining. In the end, they resorted to using only shovels, collecting random rock samples at day's end. When the bullwhackers returned to the Tiger Saloon, they found their employer, as historical records delicately put it, thoroughly mellow, a polite way of saying he was deep in his cups. In their frustration, they reported finding what they called pirates, their amusing mispronunciation of pyrites, becoming another colorful detail in this unlikely tale. It was then that the drunken prospector had his moment of sublime clarity, exclaiming words that would echo through history. "Pirates! Hell, that's gold!" The significance of this accidental discovery would soon become apparent to the entire territory. By February 6, 1899, the Prescott newspapers were trumpeting headlines that would make any prospector's heart race: "The richest strike in the history of Arizona." The papers proclaimed, "Ore that runs $180,000 to the ton." a figure that would be astronomical even by today's standards. Even more dramatically, they declared, the riches of the Peck pale before the wealth in the crowned king mine. A bold statement given the Peck's legendary status in Arizona mining circles. The excitement reached new heights when Lester Jackson made another remarkable discovery at the War Eagle mine, just north of the crowned king property. At the 500-foot level shaft, Jackson took what miners call a grab sample and found a 10-inch chute of ore that created excitement throughout the Bradshaws. This discovery suggested that the initial find was no fluke. The entire area was potentially rich with gold-bearing ore. But the Crown King, as it would later be known, was not about to give up its riches easily. The mine presented technical challenges that would frustrate even the most experienced mining operations. The early mills struggled mightily with gold extraction, and the first samplings had to be laboriously transported by burro to river mills. The ore proved obdurate, a mining term for exceptionally difficult to process, and a characteristic that would plague the operation for years to come. The processing challenges were so severe that mills began refusing run-of-mine ore, accepting only less refractory material. This selectivity created a bottleneck in production that would require innovative solutions. Transportation posed another significant challenge. Burro-backed transportation was both expensive and painfully slow, leading to large accumulations of ore on the dumps. Even as deeper-level ore showed quality improvement, modern methods still couldn't process all the ore effectively. It was during this period that the mine's name was shortened from Crowned King to Crown King, though the shortened name did nothing to diminish its challenges. The solution to these challenges would require some of the most daring engineering feats in mining history. The railroad construction alone was a testament to human determination and perhaps a touch of madness. The track had to angle down the mountain to the very limit of traction, requiring a series of switchbacks where trains would reverse direction at each hairpin turn. These switchbacks were engineering marvels, pushing the boundaries of what was possible with steam locomotive technology of the era. When the automobile age arrived, the infrastructure became even more death-defying. Trestles were constructed with planks laid just wide enough for Model T and Model A tires, a margin of error measured in inches rather than feet. These single-car width spans stretched across deep canyons, with one trestle featuring a particularly hair-raising sharp curve in its center. Drivers had to sound their horns before crossing these spindly structures, aptly described as death-defying spans. Every piece of mill material had to cross these precarious bridges, testing the nerves of even the most steadfast drivers. The trestles became legendary among local drivers, with their wooden planks creaking under the weight of loaded vehicles. One particularly notorious span featured a curve in its center that required precise navigation. A wrong move could send a vehicle plummeting into the canyon below. The sound of automobile horns echoing through the canyons became a regular feature of Crown King life as drivers signaled their approach to these single-lane spans. The year 1928 brought new hope in the form of Phil Andrews. The project represented an ambitious revival attempt, with $250,000 allocated for mill construction and another $250,000 for equipment and workers. Previous assays showed values of $520 to $540 per ton, with the total dump value estimated at an astounding $2.5 million, figures that promised immense returns if the technical challenges could be overcome. But the Crown King story isn't just about mining. It's about the vibrant community that grew around the operation. The young single workers lived in a small frame and sheet metal YMCA shack, a structure that became a hub of bachelor life in the mining camp. Married crew members had separate housing, creating a distinct social hierarchy within the community. The social heart of Crown King beat strongest during the weekly dances held in the old schoolhouse. These gatherings featured waltzes and foxtrots, drawing ranchers from more than 20 miles away. Unlike the Wild West dances of legend, these were family affairs, bringing together the entire community in a celebration of life above the clouds. The technical operations of the 1928 revival were meticulous and sophisticated. The assay process involved bucking down hard ore on blocks, a precise method of crushing samples to ensure accurate testing. The roasting of powdered ore was a delicate process that required both skill and patience. Yet despite these precise methods and careful procedures, the project's failure would unfold like a Greek tragedy. While assay values remained tantalizingly good, recovery proved frustratingly poor. Gold mysteriously failed to appear in concentrates, and values couldn't be found in the tailings. It was as if the precious metal was playing a cosmic hide-and-seek game with the miners. Multiple management changes followed, each new team convinced they could solve the puzzle, but nothing could solve the mine's puzzling behavior. Finally, the crew was dismissed, marking another chapter in the mine's frustrating history. The story of Crown King's active mining years would ultimately end in 1942, when the War Production Board halted operations and all conversion attempts ceased. But while the mine never fully yielded its secrets, it left behind considerable evidence of its potential. A massive tailings pile, with 3/4 of the dump still intact, standing as a testament to what might have been. The environmental impact of these operations can still be seen today, though nature has begun to reclaim much of the disturbed land. The tailings pile serves as both a historical marker and a reminder of the intense industrial activity that once characterized this mountain refuge. Today's Crown King stands at 7,000 feet elevation, shaded by what locals poetically call the Whispering Pines. The cool summer climate attracts a new generation of visitors, transforming this once bustling mining town into a mountain refuge. While only sparsely occupied now, its population consists not of miners but of those seeking escape from the desert heat below, drawn by the same pristine mountain air that once refreshed miners after their long shifts underground. The modern town bears little resemblance to its mining heyday, yet echoes of the past remain in the form of preserved buildings, old mining equipment, and the stories passed down through generations. The same winding road that once carried ore now brings tourists and history enthusiasts, though the deadly trestles have long since been replaced by more modern construction. The story of Crown King embodies the very essence of the American mining experience, the role of chance and discovery, the challenge of extraction, the ingenuity of transportation solutions, and the building of community in the harshest of conditions. From its inauspicious beginnings with a drunk prospector and confused bullwhackers to its current status as a peaceful mountain haven, Crown King remains a testament to the dreamers, schemers, and hard-working men and women who shaped the American West. This has been your desert frontiersman, Alan. Join us next time for another extraordinary tale from the American Southwest, where dreams were as big as the landscape and determination knew no bounds. Check out my large catalog of Southwest videos and playlists on historical tales, legends, lost gold tales, and adult bedtime stories. Happy trails. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more great content. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.